Hey, welcome to the channel. So join me as I take a look back and review George Romero's Dead Trilogy. So we're going to be starting off with the first film in the Dead Trilogy. That is the classic film from the year 1968, Night of the Living Dead. We follow two siblings who are visiting their father's grave. Johnny, in particular, is not too happy about this.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth.
Johnny tells a story of how he scared Barbara at the cemetery whenever they were younger.
Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny!
You're still afraid.
Johnny continues to tease her.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
As the figure in the background appears closer and closer, the tension starts to build.
Look! There comes one of them now!
The ghoul starts to attack Barbara, and Johnny does try to help, but it doesn't work out too good for him. The ghouls or flesh eaters in this movie act quite a bit different than the rest. This one is not only creepy, but very nimble. Barbara finally makes it to a house. Barbara is searching the house and finds a corpse, so she attempts to escape. But Ben shows up. Ben says that his truck needs gas and he's seen a pump outside, so he asks Barbara where the key's at, and she's not responding. She is still in shock of what's going on.
The truck is out of gas.
This pump out here is locked. Is there a key?
Ben kills some ghouls, but one tries to sneak up on Barbara, so he takes care of it. Ben goes back inside and they decide to board up the house. Ben tells Barbara how he escaped the diner.
I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me.
Barbara tries to explain to Ben what happened with her and Johnny, and she starts freaking out, telling Ben that they have to go find Johnny. Just in case you didn't know we're dealing with flesh eaters, check this out.
The killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they killed.
As Barbara is listening to the radio, two characters come upstairs from the cellar.
This wave of mass murder.
Ben and Cooper are not seeing eye to eye. Cooper insists that the cellar is the safest place.
The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me.
After a little bit of arguing with Cooper, Ben takes care of a ghoul that was at the window. More and more ghouls appear outside. The human conflict grows as Ben and Cooper disagree about the safest place in the house.
You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastard.
Even Cooper's wife disagrees whenever she finds out that there's a radio upstairs.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet.
Cooper and his wife go upstairs whenever they find out that Ben found a television.
Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
After watching the broadcast, they decide to fill up Ben's truck and go to the closest rescue station. They make it to the gas pump.
This key won't work! Watch it.
But it goes terribly wrong. I don't care what you say. They were a hot couple. Ben makes it back to the house, but Cooper does not want to let him in. Cooper kind of gets what he deserves. They watch the 3 a.m. broadcast.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Unfortunately for the survivors, the power goes off and the house gets surrounded by ghouls. Ben is struggling to hold the board up to the window. He asks Cooper for help, but he accidentally drops his gun in the process.
Get over here, man! Come on!
Ben isn't having any of that. He disarms Cooper and he shoots him. Helen goes down to the cellar and sees that their daughter has eaten Cooper, and she's next in line. The ghouls have fully entered the house. No! No! There's Johnny. Ben is now forced to go down into the cellar. He shoots Cooper and Helen as they reanimate. The next morning, Ben emerges from the cellar, and the house looks pretty clear.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
So that was Night of the Living Dead. So George Romero innovated and popularized the flesh-eating zombies with this movie. There was zombie films before this, but not quite like the flesh eaters in this movie. Now for me, I wasn't really a big fan of this movie when I was younger. I didn't like black and white movies. But that completely changed. The more I watch this, the more I enjoy it. It has really grown on me over the years. Now, I love how the human conflict, you get it here, not as much as in Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead, but in this movie, you get the disagreements of, with Ben and Cooper. They cannot agree on anything. And I completely agree with Ben. I side with Ben 110% because upstairs, you got more wiggle room. You can move around. In the basement, in the cellar, you have one entrance, one exit, you're pretty much screwed. But I do think it's kind of funny that Ben ends up in the cellar at the end of the movie. So Cooper was kind of right, in a way. But mainly, I think why all that happened was because of Cooper, because he did not help. He tried to kill Ben pretty much every step of the way. But overall, I love the characters. You got Ben, Barbara, Cooper, Johnny, you got Helen, you got their daughter, you got Tom and Judy. So, it's a small-scale film, but definitely one you should check out. So, thank you for watching, and stay tuned as I look at Dawn of the Dead.